Great job. You want to go get a drink or some boba or something?
Let's go. Let's go.
Another live stream, another day.
I'm ready to leave. I'm done. I'm done with this week.
Are you?
I'm done with this week. It's been a week. It's been a week and a day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen you forever.
You haven't.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
It's been, what, a week?
A week.
So I guess we got to start with vibe check. What happened?
Vibration inquiry. Hold on. Are we actually live?
Are we playing right now?
Are we actually live? Is it?
Oh,
we are.
I think we're live.
Okay, we're live.
We're still figuring
We're
this
live.
out.
There was a chance that we weren't because it just looked it looked suspicious. It looked sus, as the kids are saying. You know, the kids are all playing Among Us now.
Are they?
Yeah, and they're saying sus.
I thought this Among Us is gone.
They're saying
that
sus.
Was like
and then
so
they
5
they
years
thank the bus driver. Yeah. So this week was rough, to quote Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I had my toe chopped off again.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Everyone
whole toe.
Get ready. We're gonna
Whole
have
toe.
a whole foot update.
It's a whole foot update.
Right now.
So for those long-time listeners, first-time callers who've been with us for a minute, you will recall a year ago I had my toes chopped off.
Yep.
Because I had ingrown toenails, and the only way you can deal with that is by chopping them off. And it was a success on two of the three borders.
Okay.
So I had a 2/3 success. 1/3 failed. So
okay. So toe.
yeah, you have a toe. You have a big toe.
Two of the three borders. So like two sides, just not the front or the back or something like that.
So yeah, if you think about your toe, right? Yeah. Okay. Everyone,
Take your thumb.
Here's an activity you can do right now, live, or on your listening device. Take a look at your thumbs. Look at your thumbs and look what's to the left and the right.
Okay.
Of your thumbnail.
I see them.
Those are your cuticles. On your toes, they refer to them as the borders. Okay.
I feel like this is going to get really gross really fast.
It's really not. It's not gross at all, actually.
I'm really worried for everybody.
It's more sympathetic than anything. It's not gross. So just imagine, if you will, your nail, instead of just growing the way a nail should grow.
Right, out towards the open area, the non-border.
Right. Well, it's still going to grow out towards the non-border, but the problem is it curves inward, so it grows into the skin.
I don't like that at all.
It really doesn't look bad. It just hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just hurts a lot. And like I said, I had them chopped, and then that's the gross part is actually. So I realized, how do I tell this story? I realized when I had the procedure done this week, as I laid on the operating table to have it done again, I started having flashbacks and anxiety attacks to the previous time I had the procedure done.
Oh my, you have PTSD?
I had PTSD. I had managed to bury the memory and completely suppress the fact that I had this procedure done, because last time I had it done, and I learned things this week. I did learn things this week. The last time I had it done, it hurt. And it's not supposed to hurt, guys. So just in case you're ever going to have an ingrown toenail removed, it should not hurt. And I mean, you should not feel anything. See, I assumed...
As they're doing the procedure.
I assumed I was being a baby.
Yeah.
I was like, it does hurt. And they're like, no, it doesn't hurt. You just feel pressure. I'm like, okay, I guess pressure hurts, but okay. So this week I learned I have an extra nerve ending in my toe.
Just that you got a bonus one.
Yeah, basically
DNA.
When they do the procedure, they'll do 2 injections of a numbing.
Okay.
They'll do 2 shots of numbing, and that's the most painful part of the entire
that's the
procedure.
worst, for sure.
It should be. It should
Right,
be,
'cause you have
unless
no
you go to who I went to the previous time, in which case they didn't numb the toe all the way, and because I have an extra nerve ending, I need a 3rd shot in the top of the toe. So, listen, okay. Okay. So
a different doctor this time.
Different doctor, and there's a story behind that too. I posted about it in the Discord. Did you read that?
No, I have not read it yet.
Okay.
I'm so behind.
It's just an update. I'm gonna the entire podcast is gonna be talking about this toe procedure. So check this out. Do you know how I found this doctor, Michelangelo?
Tell me it's Craigslist. I really want it to be Craigslist.
No, I went to the United Healthcare app, which is my insurance provider.
Yep.
And I looked up. I wanted to get it done quickly because I felt pain.
Right.
I noticed it started hurting.
Way worse.
I looked at it. I'm like, this is going to hurt a lot. Every week I let this go,
Right.
It's going to get worse. So I had to find someone quick. I called the doctor who did it prior.
Yeah.
They no longer do it. Shocking. They sucked. So then I started look. Okay, who can I find who's new? So I go through United Healthcare. I say I want an ingrown toenail procedure. It gives me a list of doctors. First doctor I call, I get, hello, you are about to speak to an AI voice agent.
I did.
We will record this call for posterity. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Whatever. This is the future. I talked about my acceptance of this on a previous pod. We're good to go. So then a very human-sounding woman starts talking to me, and she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Good. How are you?" She's like, "Great." I'm like, "I'm being cordial to the thing. Why am I doing this?" It's like it's human enough that it's making me act human. So she's like, "What can I do for you?" I'm like, "I am looking to have one border of my toenail or my toenail removed, border surgery, just one toenail, and I'd like it done as quickly as possible." And she's like, "Great, we have two doctors. There's Tom and there's Jerry. Who would you like to go see?"
It was not Tom and Jerry. Tell me it wasn't.
One of them was Tom. I don't remember what the other one was. And I was like, I have no preference. Whoever can see me the soonest. She's like, "Okay, that's fine." I'm looking at Tom's calendar right now, and it looks like Tom can see you at 3.
Whoa.
And I'm like, "It's 2:45, lady. I can't get there by 3. And she's like, "Okay, let me see when his next availability is." And it's April 10th, by the way. She's like, "He can see you on May 31st at 4 p.m.
You just said he had 3 or May 31st?
Yes, I was like, "Lady, robot, excuse me, is there anything between the hours of 3 p.m. today and over a month from now where Dr. Tom Cat can see me?"
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, "Let me take a look at that for you." And this is when it starts to fall apart. She's like, "You still there?" I'm like, "Yeah, you just said, let me take a look at that for you. Where would I have gone?" She's like, "Oh, no, I'm just checking for you." Okay. She's like, "Tom has availability on May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And she just continues to count. And I'm like, oh, this is not good.
You got her in bad loop.
This is falling apart very, very quickly. So then I say, "Stop. Is there anything in April? Otherwise, can Dr. Jerry do the procedure?" And then she says, "Okay, let me look at that for you. Are you still there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still here. I'm waiting for you to tell me the thing." She's like, "Okay, let me look into that for you. Have a nice day." I'm like, "Wait, have a nice day? Are we done? Is this over?" And then she's like, "Let me look into that for you." So I start just talking to her like an AI, like prompting her. "I need you to look at Dr. Jerry's schedule between the hours of tomorrow and Friday and tell me, are there any openings?" And then she just keeps saying, "Have a nice day," over and over again. And then I proceed to hang up the phone and call until I get a human being. I start calling every doctor on the list till I get a human being.
Oh my goodness.
And this is the shining silver lining of this entire story. So not only did I have a great procedure this week, but the first human that picked up was so nice.
Yeah.
She got me an appointment for the next day, cancellation, went in, new doctor. Doctor was great, private practice. She's like, "Do you want to have the procedure done?" I'm like, "Yes." She starts working on me and she sees I'm in pain. She's like, "Are you in pain?" I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "It should just be pressure." I'm like, "It's not pressure, it's pain, but I know from last time." And then she's like, "You have an extra nerve ending in your toe. This happens all the time. Let me numb you up." She numbs me up.
Oh my.
Procedure doesn't hurt. She does a phenomenal job. And then I tell her afterwards, I'm like, "Look, you did great. You're wonderful. Thank you. Also, just want to let you know, I picked you because you didn't have an AI answer the phone." And she's like, "And we never will. They suck. They're the worst." I'm like, this is my favorite place on earth.
Wow.
So, just the moral of the story.
That's a great story.
Don't trust the robots because apparently they do suck and they're not going to help you. So that's...
What a journey you've been on.
Yeah. Now I can't walk around the house, as you saw, but...
Yeah, you're limping around.
This will be...
like a hurt dog.
The first time they do it, they cut the toe and they don't do anything else.
They just cut the whole nail off.
They don't cut the whole nail off. They cut the border off, right?
Just the border.
Okay. A little vertical slice of nail to the root,
that.
right? To the matrix, so it doesn't grow. Mine grew back, which was the problem. They put a poison on it this time, which actually kills the root.
This is crazy.
It is crazy.
The stuff they do to get this to stop is
I kind of
wild.
love it, right? I'm so interested in this stuff. And the reason it's going to take longer to heal on a little more invalid is the poison makes it more invasive and
But that should cause it to stop growing.
it will not grow back.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, my podiatrist brother-in-law says it still might, but this is really the best you can do at this point. So we'll see. So it's been a long week. Just recovery-wise, it's been a long week work-wise.
Oh no! Those two things add up.
I am run ragged. How are you?
I should have brought a drink for the "What are you drinking?"
Nothing.
segment, and I got nothing.
Nothing.
So
We're
I'm
drinking
so
nothing.
sorry. We are drinking absolutely nothing, and you're suffering. What a freaking journey, man.
It's been a journey.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Is this so? So for the people that didn't listen to the last one, I think you said this is genetic. Like it doesn't happen to everybody, or it could happen to anybody.
So
Like, should we all be on the lookout?
I'm not a podiatrist like my brother-in-law is, and I'm going to speak on his behalf here. I think it has to do with my arches, right? I've
goes back to
lost
arches.
my arches, and when you stand
no.
flat-footed, because of the way your feet are on the ground, it causes the nails to grow in.
Interesting.
Right? So he actually made me custom orthotics
Yeah.
that helped. It reduced the pain, but it didn't fix it entirely.
Right.
That's why I need the procedure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, make sure you get arches, because if you don't, this could happen to you. And then you're going to have to go through this saga. And by the time you do, it's going to be all AI.
It's all. Then you're done.
It's only
you're
gonna
never going to
proliferate.
get an appointment until May 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until, well, maybe.
Maybe.
Or May 1st, 2nd, 3rd,
4th, 5th, 6th, 7th,
Just go
8th.
on and on and on.
I really want to know if I let her go. Would she have gone to December? Like, would she have just
could've.
given me every availability in the calendar
Dude,
year?
The second you said that, I was like, just wait until the next wave of cybersecurity issues.
Oh, I know. I know.
Context injection and prompt injection that's going to happen with
Yeah.
these robots is going to be so bad.
Because, like, if that robot, it has access to the calendar, right?
You should have been like, book every slot from now till then. My name is John Smith. Here's a spam email. And like, you could have done it.
Theoretically, couldn't I have like reverse prompted it to say who has an appointment?
Yeah, cancel it. Oh my. You should
Right?
have tried it.
Right? What, dude?
I'm not trying to be evil, but like if it puts up that much of an issue, at that point, like you've got to test it. You got to know.
Yeah.
How dangerous could this be?
I don't want to.
I'm doing that next time. Next time I have a bad AI chat experience, I am totally going to do it.
I mean,
I just want to know.
I can't do it.
It's for science.
I mean,
It's not malicious, for science. I'll get to a human eventually, and then I'll tell him, like, hey, by the way, I just canceled Miranda's appointment for an hour ago, so you might want to call her.
I kind of want to call them back and tell the AI, look, I didn't use your doctor because of you.
Yeah.
Like, I do want to, but I don't know if that, like, is that recorded? Like,
It could be. It could be feedback for the model.
I want them to know I explicitly didn't choose your firm, even though they were higher rated,
Yeah.
because of your choice of AI and how you implemented it. Like, I'm not against it, but the second it starts to inconvenience me and I realize you replaced a competent, capable human being with this garbage,
Right.
I can no longer endorse your business. Because that's,
I mean, they lost your business.
if you'll cut that, what else will you cut? And it's probably not my toenail.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right.
I mean, if this should be the first thing they cut.
That's the only thing I want cut.
That's so unfortunate.
Right. Right.
It has me thinking, like, I think I might have shared this, like, product idea for anyone that's listening. A reverse spam call or spam text situation where it basically does a DDoS attack on them. So if someone spam calls you,
Yeah.
you're going to set up an AI bot basically to spam call them back.
Ooh, I love
So
this.
whatever spam call you get, you go to the site, you enter in the spam call number, and then it will just destroy them.
Couldn't this
Millions of calls.
also just easily been used by someone who wants to just DDoS anybody?
It very well could be. But this is because of the malicious actors. You got to go for them. So I'm just saying, someone
Where we
create
punish one,
reverse-
we punish all. That's corporate strategy motto.
It's just going to turn into like the Titanic. Where
Yes.
You sunk my battleship. My text bot went down. Your text bot went down. Man, what a week. I'm sorry.
It's been a week.
That sucks.
I'm so
stuff.
ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
It's been a long one.
Well, you're there. Almost.
Almost. I got to get through this stupid podcast first. and
And then
then
after that, you are home.
I'm free.
Wow. What
Free as a
joy.
bird. How you doing?
Oh, I'm here.
I mean, we spent 20 minutes talking about me. I mean, we
Yeah.
can at least spend like a minute talking about
All right,
you.
I'll tell you at least one story. This has nothing to do with how I'm doing. The week was fine. I was
Okay,
busy.
yeah.
But something crazy happened today.
No way.
Something absolutely wild that's never happened. I've said it before. I live in nature.
You do live in
So
nature.
it's not uncommon. You see deer, you see tortoises, you see bunnies, you
it
see all
aliens?
this stuff. Could have been aliens. But no, I get home. I have an appointment this morning. I go hang out with somebody. I come back. And I let the dog out. I go outside, and the dog is like full on, like paused, hunt mode. And I'm like, oh no. There's something in the yard. And it's like she's about to take off because the dog knows. Because if you take a second longer, I'm going to grab her. So she knows. She just takes off. I'm like, oh no. There's this brown blob sitting next to our fence on the ground. It's like the size of like a hawk. And I'm like, it's got to be a hawk. Maybe it killed a snake in the yard or something. It's eating it, but it's not getting out. And so dog runs up, starts barking at the thing. And I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? So I start to get closer. I try to call the dog off. She's in full hunt mode.
When you say blob, what do you mean blob?
It just looks like a brown thing of fur or feathers
Okay,
or something
okay.
on the ground, like
I think
nestled in
slime
the
when I think
No,
blob.
no, no.
Okay,
not
okay.
slime. It looks like a living being.
I was like, what's the aliens?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh boy, I have no idea what that is. So the dog starts running over, barking at. I'm like, oh no, like let me get my dog off this thing so it doesn't like kill it or whatever it is. I get over there. It's a fawn. It's a baby deer.
Oh, it's a baby.
A little baby deer just trying to get out of the fence. And I just hear this thing rustling through the woods on the side of the fence.
It's Mama.
And it was Mama, just like, what the heck is going on? Now there's a dog, like something is attacking it. So luckily, I was able to get the dog off because luckily it was a nice dog. So
Yeah.
she puts her little head on it and like pins it to the ground. And so I run over, I pick it up and like put it on the other side of the fence. But it was great. It was like the most
You just pick
wild
up, you just
experience.
like raw-handed pick up baby deer
My dog
and chuck
had
it over
her
the fence.
fully pinned, had the fawn fully pinned on the ground, wasn't hurting it. So I was like, okay. So I run over, I pick her up, I go over to the other side of the fence, put her down.
Wow. Did you get a
Both
pick?
run off. I didn't get a pick.
What the heck?
Well, I didn't want to like it. Was
You live in the year 2026 and the first thing you don't do is take a picture?
picture didn't happen. Remember that?
Wow.
Remember that was the thing?
You know what that means? You're a good human being. That's a
it?
test.
Is it?
It's your reaction. Like, is my reaction to help the thing or to take a picture of it? There needs to be a name for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like a personality test. Like, you see a baby fawn that's
You
in
pick it up.
danger.
What do you do?
Like, what's the first thing you do? It's like I take out my phone, take a picture of the baby fawn, put it on Instagram, then I help it out.
I search it in ChatGPT and
Yeah.
then I go up.
Yeah.
No, I just jumped to action. I took that little fawn, I put it down.
Turn that light on.
Oh.
Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're getting up. Watch out for the toes. So yeah, it was absolutely crazy. I haven't had something happen like that. Like I've grabbed snakes out of my yards. I've told my team before. Like one time, my neighbor called me and she's like, "Hey, I got a snake in my chicken coop. Can you help me get the snake?" And so I left stand up to go get the snake out of my neighbor's chicken coop. Like this is all normal stuff. But the baby fawn was so cute. It was so unexpected.
Aww.
And you can give fawns a heart attack if you like surprise them or if they get too excited.
What?
So.
Wait.
I don't think that happened because I picked her up, I put her outside, they both ran off together. I searched.
Oh, they
for
ran
like
off.
30 minutes. They did, but it could have been that moment of shock.
No.
You can when you
If you have a heart attack, it's like, bonk.
but when you shoot a deer, they keep running.
That's different, though.
Yeah, I guess
the
that's true.
blood is still pumping.
I guess that's
When you have a heart attack, the blood stops pumping.
That's true.
Right.
But they both were gone.
Right.
I searched the woods for them. I didn't find anything.
That's great.
So I think we're okay.
What a happy story.
What a crazy time.
That's
right?
what a week. What a time to be alive.
It happened literally like 3 hours ago.
You got to see Bambi. I got to see a toe get
Yeah.
cut off. Like, man, what a week.
Just the world we live in.
Just the world we live in. How about that? And AI is going to kill us all. Not by
Yeah.
choice. It's going to be an accident, actually.
Yeah.
It's going to get stuck in a loop.
Yeah. And then what do you do?
How much nuclear radiation should I release into the environment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Should we send a nuke to this country? Countdown.
2,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. None.
Nukes.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're like, wait, what are we talking about?
It's nuke time.
So yeah, I feel like those moments cannot be interrupted by AI. You
No.
know? Like I grabbed that little baby. It was warm. I could feel its heart
Should've kept it.
beating. I know. So as a pet, just had
As a
a
pet.
Bambi in the
Hell
backyard.
fun.
Just put it right back out in the nature, and who knows? Maybe I'll see it again.
It's going to show up one day.
And just
You're going to look out in the woods and you're going to see this like big honking deer with horns. And it's going to lock eyes with you and it's going to nod.
It's got the deer antlers, a
Yeah.
massive buck.
It's going to nod and like spit a
be
berry at
awesome.
you and be like, thanks, man. And then walk away slowly.
Well, people feed the deer in our neighborhood, so you can get pretty close.
Oh, I bet.
I can get like within 5 feet of a deer, and it will just stay there. If you get too close, it starts taking off.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy how close you
That's
get.
crazy.
So that was my human nature.
I love it. That's really nice.
Yeah.
That's genuinely nice.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, I do wish I could have seen it. You should have took a picture afterwards.
I know. Well, what's unfortunate is I was like right in the zone of my house where the cameras couldn't catch anything. So they didn't get it either. I was kind of looking back. I was like, how cool would it have been if like the Ring camera got it?
Well, here's your mission now. I mean, you know they're around you. So next time you see the mama and the baby, take a picture and put it in the Discord.
That's true. If I do see him, I will.
Thank you.
Absolutely will do.
I want to see. And I think, that's if you have not joined our Discord yet, what the heck is wrong with you?
Come on.
What
You
the
gotta get in
heck?
there.
Get in there.
It's been awesome.
We were going to switch platforms and we never did because we just can't.
It's very difficult
It's very difficult. It's very, very
to find
difficult.
something that makes sense.
Actually,
we'll get there eventually.
I did find something.
Yeah?
I did
Better
find.
than Stoat?
It is better than Stoat.
Stoat was pretty rad.
Stoat. Stoat was pretty rad. I love the word stoat.
It's such a fun little...
There's-
It was the mascot of the Olympics this year, the Winter Olympics.
I
you
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
little
a
stoats.
stoat. If you've ever played a video game called Inscription,
Never played it.
you are missing out. But one of the main characters is a stoat.
Nice.
He's a very cool little stoat too.
It's such a, what is it? It's like an otter thing, right?
Stoatal misplay, as he likes to say. Yeah, it's like an otter type creature.
It's so weird.
Love
but
otters.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
So you want to talk about something for real today?
No.
You want to talk about something about work?
I want to go back to Two Bin Jim.
Two Bin Jim was another shameless plug. If you haven't seen any of our streams, or if you're a podcast only listener, you need to go to YouTube, watch our live stream. We did Roller Coaster Tycoon, where I, former theme park product manager, was trying to rebuild the theme park, and it turned out pretty good. We were profitable at the end. We had Two Bin Jim roaming the streets. We had everybody that was commenting, naming other people in the crew. We were giving out free hats, free t-shirts, free balloons. It was awesome.
I need to make that poll to figure out what we play next. Is it Hospital or is it Jurassic Park?
I kind of want Jurassic Park.
I know you
If you're
do.
listening to this, do Jurassic Park.
I know you want Jurassic Park.
But I do have a topic today.
Okay, let's get into it.
All right.
I can see you're eager.
I am very eager.
You want to get straight to business.
I mean, we spent 30 minutes on your toe. I figured we got to do something else.
You're in a rush. I get it. No, I get it.
All right, my topic today. I was actually talking to someone today about it. Since I left Universal, obviously I've had more time to play with things, new technology, different ways of doing things.
Sure.
I've just had more time on my hands, which has been really nice.
Must be nice.
And it had me thinking about going back to AI. Like, I use a lot of tools now that I look back and I'm like, man, if I had this when I was at Universal and I was using it, I would have saved myself so much time. And it got me thinking about, like, when you're working a normal 9 to 5, how do you find time to try new tools, to learn new skills? Like, what are the ways to do that so that way you can advance your career, find a way of doing something better, and then be able to take it back to your team or just help with your career in some way?
I love this. This is one of my goals for this quarter.
Yeah?
I'm doing it right now.
What is the goal?
My goal is actually to improve the way that we review and approve content.
Oh.
And my idea was to actually go and create an agentic review system that checks for first messaging consistency. So whatever you've written or created, it needs to align with the existing copy blocks as close as possible.
Okay.
Then I'm going to do a brevity pass. Is there any redundancy? Can I shrink this? Can I make it shorter? And then just a final, just clarity pass. And then I might even do a translation pass after that. And
finalize it.
To your question, to our challenge we're talking about today, you know what I actually started with? Because I knew I was going to need an AI to do this. So I started with an AI. I actually went into Claude and said, hey, here's my problem.
Do you have Claude subscriptions with your company?
No.
Okay.
No. I just have a free one. I went into it and I basically said, like, here's what I'm trying to do. What's the best tool for this? And Claude gave me, it was like, you should check out Writer. Claude can kind of do this. You should look at Jasper. And I looked at all three of them, and oddly enough, none of them really felt right because their websites were bad. And I just like, I can't tell what you do because your website's so convoluted when it comes to this specific kind of agentic writing thing. It's like, if you can't make that clear on your website, how are you going to make my text clear?
Yeah.
Right? So then I just did a quick Google, like just a Google search for agentic writing review process. And you know what popped up? Freaking Confluence.
It has one?
Well, it has Rovo, which is their own AI agent.
Interesting.
And then I was like, well, I already have a subscription to this in my company. So I start looking at Confluence. I open up Rovo, and it's literally got like everything I'm looking to do.
That's awesome.
Like the answer was staring me in the face this whole time. And you know what didn't help me? The AI, a recurring trend that just keeps happening this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's really funny. But
okay, quick side story.
I had to set a goal in order to do this, though.
Yeah.
This is my goal for the quarter. I'm going to get paid if I do or don't do this. Right. So to your point, this isn't something that just like, oh, I've got time, I'm going to do it. Like, I do actually carve out time in my life to do this for my job. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned like a quick Google search. I've like almost abandoned Google because I'm all AI. Like AI does the Google things that I used to do.
And look what it did for me.
Yeah, exactly. But I had a similar situation. I was running into a technical issue and I was banging my head against it. I was like, I've spent 20 minutes talking to AI about this and it can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've got to be doing something wrong. I'm literally talking to AI like it's a person. I'm like, you are doing something wrong. I'm like, I'm going to Google it really quick. I went and Googled it. I found the answer in the first link.
This is what I'm saying.
What is going on? Why is that a thing now?
I kind of love it, actually. I kind of love it because I never got to the point where I was so brain rot like you on the AI, where it's like I went to this thing to try and see if it could help me with an AI task. And it failed spectacularly. So my training, which is, well, go search for it in the search engine, immediately yielded the result that I needed. So,
that's so interesting.
Oh, suck it, AI.
Well, that's awesome that you're doing that. I think right now is a time where, like, you remember, like, we had the SaaS boom, software as a service.
Yes.
Like, you pay
the cloud
subscription,
boom.
You had the cloud, you had obviously the internet boom before that. It's
right,
like,
.com.
Anytime those things happen, you need to be looking at what is out there that I could leverage that either might be the new thing of the future or could help me with my day-to-day. And so I think with anything you're doing, that's your first trigger to be like, I've been doing it the same way for 5 years.
Right.
I should look if there's some new, better way to do it because these X, Y, Z are my pain points. These are the inefficiencies. Is there anything that solves that today? You should always be looking for those things. Anytime you find a process, anytime you find a workflow that is old, that hasn't been touched in a while, that you've never questioned, that is the perfect trigger.
I agree. And just, you got me thinking about the different booms that we've gone through. If I could exist during any boom in my prime, it'd be the fax machine boom.
You think so?
Dude, can you imagine a better time? Like, that's the speed at which you work. I got to send a message to corporate. I got to fax this.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry guys, I got to walk this over.
Excuse me.
I can't send this via Slack that doesn't exist.
Excuse me. I got to go make a fax. All right? Like, that's the peak.
I got to get it to headquarters quick.
I think that was peak corporate. Because it really, at that time, we still held the power.
Yeah. Now the robots do.
Now the robots are taking it all from us. If we had just stopped with fax, I think the world would be a much better place.
Yeah, but I love what you did. And I think this is actually a perfect opportunity for AI, and maybe I'll help you with something too. Right now, you know, in coding, and anybody that's listening to this who's a programmer, what do you set up to catch syntax errors? You set up a linter, right?
I'm sorry.
A lint, you set up your lint rules, you have your list set up, and then you're able to catch things that don't fit your style guide for code.
Do they call it
tabs, spaces? It is a linter.
Well, they couldn't just call it a lint trap like your washing machine?
Oh, that would have been so much better. No. Engineers aren't that smart.
What the heck?
This is why you're in marketing. But you're doing the same thing with writing, right? Where you have a style guide for the company. You have a tone. You have a way of writing that, you know, fits the brand style. And same in code. Like, to use tabs or to use spaces. The lint will catch that.
We're lost as a society. We're lost. We're done. It's over.
The lint trap is so good.
It's over. It literally has existed since the drying machine. The linter. My God.
Instead of linting rules.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what the etymology of that word, but how is it used in that context? But what I was going to say is
continue.
You have the perfect opportunity to set up that multi-agent system where you can have something review your style and tone according to the rules that you set in place. Then you can have something that's doing the conciseness check and all that. I think you also should develop something, because I think this is important for everything we've been talking about. You should develop a contrarian agent to challenge it and be like, your responsibility is to act as a harsh reviewer of whatever AI just wrote.
So how do I do that?
So you can do probably Rovo. I don't know how it looks, if it's a workflow or whatever.
There's agent workflows you can build.
You would give a contrarian set of instructions to say, you are the final reviewer and I need you to be harsh. Here are the guidelines, and I want you to question everything and go back to those agents and say, hey, can't you make that line shorter? Can't you do this? And that way when it gets to you, it'll be perfect.
That's so interesting. So is the contrarian agent, and now this is just becoming helping me with my job. Is the contrarian agent criticizing the other AI prompts?
So you know how AI...
Or is it criticizing their output?
It's criticizing the output, but then giving feedback.
So to the agents.
Back and forth with the agent.
Weird. Okay.
Why that's important is for exactly what we're talking about right now. AI gets things wrong.
Yeah.
And if you
as evidenced by everything.
Yeah. If you force it to go back and you give it that feedback loop and you're not doing it, the output will be better by the time the review gets to you.
How many times should I do this?
I mean, you can do it as much as you want, I guess.
If I told the AI, do it until it's perfect.
You have to define what perfect is.
No, I don't.
It might come back to you.
No.
With the
Michael,
crazy...
I don't.
It might actually come back to you with like the craziest sequence of a blog you've ever seen, where it's like one-word sentences and somehow it all makes sense.
Like it just
might blow your mind.
Craps out Shakespearean marketing messaging.
And you might be
for
like,
me.
holy cow, did that just happen?
Then I will take off my hat. I'll put it on my desk. I'll take off my gun and my badge.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Well, think about the
I'm out.
collaborative workflow you have with your AI tool now. It's like you are the human in the loop. If you can set up a contrarian agent to basically
I don't like that
contradict
description at all, by the way.
human in the loop,
I don't like it.
that's a very common thing. Not just this.
Very uncomfortable by that thought, but continue, please.
I think it's still important that you have that, which is why you should be the final review. But at least make the agents work for what they're going to give you.
If I'm at the end of the loop, then doesn't that actually also mean I'm at the beginning?
Time is a square circle.
But seriously, doesn't that mean I'm also at the beginning?
It could be. We're having an existential crisis right now.
Gosh, freaking lint trap. So I carved out time.
You did.
To take this project on. And I set an expectation with my management. Said, hey, this is going to take up 33% of my sort of goals-oriented work this quarter is to go build this thing. And I'm gonna research it, I'm going to implement it, and it's going to be running by the end of the quarter. And I'm fairly confident I can still do it. I actually haven't been able to build anything yet, but
you're getting there.
There's plenty of
researching.
time. Yeah. I've done my other goals. So I'm prioritizing. But I had to I've thought about this for a while.
Yeah.
Right? To your point, when you're in corporate and you're working, there is not a lot of opportunity for you to search, find, ideate, fault find, refine, re-architect, right? Like it's always focused on net new.
Right.
What new thing can I go build, create that's going to bring in new sales, new leads, new pipeline, new goal, whatever. So it was more of I felt pain in this process and thought, could AI help fix this process?
Right.
And then basically set a goal for myself. I will do this thing. Come hell or high water, or I don't get paid a portion of my bonus to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how I made that happen.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
I like that. And I think that's a great tip too, is because if you just say, oh, I'm going to go find a better way to do it, but there's no accountability.
Right.
Or no visibility of what you're doing, you may fall behind in your goals because someone or your manager doesn't understand what you're doing and why it's important.
I may get higher priority work
that
just knocks this out of the stack.
Right.
And I miss a portion of my bonus. But that's life, right? That's the job and that's the agreement I made with myself when I took this on.
That's a pro move right there. Go to your manager and say, hey, I want to challenge myself to find a way to make this process 10% more efficient. And just tell them that. And then you look at the gains and you're like, this would save us, if it's 10%, we have a team of 5, it would save us 40 hours a month.
Right.
How awesome would that be to have that time back? I'm sure your manager would be like, let's do it. That sounds awesome.
It's going to save them time because they have to review all the stuff we do anyway.
It's a win-win for them because then they're like, okay, you're setting it as a goal that you have to hit to get your bonus. So you really are accountable for this result.
My goal is to make everyone's life better, right? And that is how I got that approved, and that's how I get time to work on that. Yeah.
Yeah, because the other way, if you're just trying to do it on the side, frankly, it's never going to get done. It's always going to get pushed off.
Right.
And you're not going to have any accountability behind it. And I think that's actually a general life tip too, is if you have a goal, don't just keep it to yourself and don't talk about it. The first thing you should do if you have a goal that's ambitious and you're trying to hit, you should tell someone
Yeah.
And you should verbalize it to be you are going to hold me accountable. Or I'm going to say this to you, so then I'm going to feel like I need to be accountable because I told Anthony that I'm going to hit this goal. And you will be way more successful with your goals if you share it with people because they're going to expect it from you and they're probably going to talk to you next time and they're going to be like, hey, I know we talked a month ago. Are you any further on your track to your goal? They're going to ask you those questions and it's going to be really embarrassing if you're not.
Well, and I also don't just tell your management. Tell your team.
Yeah.
Tell your peers. I told everyone. I said, hey, I'm looking at this. If anyone has any experience or ideas,
that's awesome.
I am open. I'm an empty slate right now. So fill my brain with ideas. I'm going to go pursue this. And if you want to help me, that's also great because I am totally open to any expertise coming in and actually helping me achieve this as well.
That's cool.
It's
not a great environment too.
Right. I'm not a solo solo worker. I am a team.
That's what we should have named our first cleanup guy.
Han Solo. He works on one bin.
He's just got that one foot.
He's got that one bin. That's
all he ever does.
Bin Solo.
Bin Solo.
Which is the name of Han and Leia's son, a.k.a. Kylo Ren, the worst trilogy ever made in the existence of movies. Unbelievable how bad those movies were.
If you want to talk this more, go into the Discord, I'm sure.
Star Wars is the worst. Why does it exist? I'll continue to watch everything they make.
Yep.
Continue.
I haven't watched all the spinoffs, but I'm going to eventually.
Andor.
Really good.
Andor.
That's what we keep hearing. We haven't done it yet, but we're going to do it.
It's so much better than Star Wars.
Really?
Period.
Dang.
I almost feel
what a statement.
I feel bad for Andor in a way because it's tied to Star Wars.
It's that good.
It's that good.
Wow.
Had they just made Andor its own thing, people would be just putting it on the highest pedestal of film television, because that's what it is.
But instead they made Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar lives at the same time as Cassian Andor. So sadly.
The same timeline.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know what Jar Jar didn't do?
What's that?
He never had time to think about new projects and goals that he wanted to achieve for himself, and instead spent all his time in the Senate going Misa gonna make big boom boom.
Very athletic though. Some really impressive flips.
They're Gungans. That's like saying, oh yeah, really talented, you can breathe. Yeah, oh yeah, really talented breathing capability there, human.
Listen, Jar Jar had the luck of a million, whatever they are.
No, the Force was with him. The Force works in mysterious ways.
It does.
I hate Star Wars, by the way. Hate it.
Anytime I'm lucky with anything, I'm just going to say now, the Force is with me.
The Force was with you, right? And then you could boil it down to the fact that it really is just the midi-chlorians. There's these tiny little things inside of everyone
that's really what
sometimes decide to universally work together to move a greater meaning. It makes so much sense, George Lucas. Thank you.
But going back to what you were talking about, let's go back to the work thing. The goal thing, the sharing it with your team is awesome because it creates that culture.
Yes.
It creates that culture where everyone wants to pitch in. They're like, oh, wow, maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
And that creates an awesome learning culture where everyone is trying to find ways to do things better. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a really good way to do it. I think you can also do this for things that are maybe not an efficiency goal, but you could even be like, hey, I want to get this certificate. I want to become a certified Scrum Master or product owner. And you can go to your boss and be like, hey, that's my goal. That's going to be one of my goals for this quarter is to get my certification in whatever I do. I think that's a great goal, and it goes into your learning capabilities. So I think you should absolutely find different things that are certifications, outside learning. Maybe it's even to get your MBA. Maybe you could tell your manager, hey, I'm doing the tuition enrollment program or whatever it is, whatever they do, reimbursement, and I'm going to get my MBA. So for the next year, I'm going to be going to night classes, getting my MBA to hopefully get me to that next promotion or whatever it is.
I love that. Again, what you did was you made sure to tell the manager you were doing this. You're creating an accountability buddy.
Yeah.
So I actually want to read something that came from the chat, because I think it's a question we need to answer. Hypothetically, if management isn't interested in the goals verbalized, how do you revise?
That is a great question. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Because I have actually had that happen.
I have it happen almost every time I go through the goals process.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I had a learning goal where I said, hey, we're learning a new language. You remember this. I've told this story about a bad manager. And I went and I basically said, hey, we're learning this new language. I'm going to do a programming challenge every week. It'll take 15, 20 minutes for everyone that wants to participate. You don't have to, but I'll send it to our team of 15 people or whatever it was. And I was like, it'll take 15, 20 minutes. We'll just do it together and then we'll have some fun, talking at stand-up about how it's going to go. I sent that email. I immediately get called by my manager to come to his office. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. He basically starts a conversation on, why are you doing this? And I'm like, I didn't even know how to respond to that. I was like, I did it because I thought it would help us in learning this new language outside of the code base we're now working on so we could have some external learning. He's like, don't do that. Focus on the work. And that right there is a prime example of a bad manager. So a lot of the times it could be that your manager is just not a good manager and they're not going to support your goals. And unfortunately, that's might be the case for you, because it definitely was for me.
So for me, I'm very fortunate. When my management pushes back on my goals, it's always to help better refine them towards, well, okay, firstly, what is your day job? What are you paid to do day in, day out? And then it is, what are you looking to achieve with this goal and what value is it going to bring to the org? So what I would say to the question asker, if you presented a goal to management or a project or an idea and it got rejected, because this happens to me all the time. This isn't just goals, this is with everything. Yeah. I am the most rejected man on the planet, and I have learned to take rejection and turn it into a superpower. What you need to do is evaluate the why, right? And we talked about good books. Starting with Why is the book that I recommended on that podcast, because you need to go back to your goal and say, why was this rejected? And when you answer that question, ask why 4 more times.
Yep.
Why will this be rejected? Why will this be rejected? You need to boil it down to what is the value? that goal is going to bring? What is the outcome and value that goal will bring to your organization, to yourself, to your management, to the product, to the company, whatever. And that is your new goal.
Yep.
And then you achieve that goal by going and doing the original thing you wrote down. Mm-hmm. That's the trick.
That is a great trick.
Yeah.
I also think there's a way of phrasing it, like you said.
Yes.
It's like, and I was talking about in the beginning for this person that commented. I think if you can phrase it of, hey, how would you like it if I told you that there's a way that our team could save 10 hours a person a month? Do you think the manager is going to be like, no, I'm good. I don't want to.
Not interested. I was hoping you guys would go a little slower this month.
Your manager is probably going to be intrigued to be like, oh yeah, like tell me more about that. And then you can be like, hey, this process or this way of doing things, I saw a tool that I really think could speed this up by 2 or 3 times. We have Karen, we have Shelby, we have John. They do this 4 times a day, and it takes them an hour each every time. So if you could, use this new tool and reduce that time, you would be able to get so much more efficiency out of our team. I guarantee if you were to phrase it like that, they're going to be interested in hearing more. And then they might give you feedback to say, hey, that sounds great, but I'm also a little worried that the team's got too much on their plate right now just to hit our goals. Like, do you think we could do both? And that's when you come in with the plan to be like, here's my plan of how I think I can do both.
And I would say you need to be very clear about your language. Like if you say, here's my plan, how I think we can get it, you've already started off with a
hypothetical.
Maybe if I'm feeling up for it, right? Like you got to approach it with as much data and certainty as you can, right? Like the way I did this with my AI goal was I said, I've already researched how folks have done this. Mm-hmm. I know that it's got to be agentic. It's got to be, there's a process where each agent goes through, it reviews a thing, it spits out a thing, that feeds it into the next thing, it spits out a thing. So like I know broadly what I'm going to build.
Right.
I need to find the right tool that will allow me to build this and maybe even multiple tools, do a little A and B testing, shop it, implement it, go, right? Like there was no maybe, there's no I think.
Yeah.
It was all, here's what I am going to do.
Right.
The question is, am I going to do it this quarter?
Yeah.
And I hope to God so, because I like getting paid. But you have to speak one affirmatively and also speak with data. Have a fully baked plan, even if it's not. Broad strokes.
Yeah.
We if you're a developer, we learned to code through pseudocode.
Yep.
Right? You would build a pseudocode framework before you'd ever go write a real line of JavaScript. And then you'd regret every decision you ever made in your life that led up to that point because you're writing JavaScript. You wish I could just wish pseudocode was real code.
Yep.
But it's not.
It's getting there with AI.
Oh, thank God for that. But I will say it's all about how you approach it. And I think that will make a huge difference.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think you're also, your manager, if they're a good manager, they're going to be smarter than you. They're going to have more visibility than you, and they're going to help guide you and mentor you. And if they challenge a goal and you don't know the answer, you don't have to fake that either. You can then break it down to say, actually, that's a really good point. How about this? In our next one-on-one, I'm going to do some research between now and then, and I'm going to see if I can prove this out or not. And by doing that, you set a timeline. You're going to come back to your manager. They're going to say, oh, wow, this person always comes back with what they said they were going to do. And even better, they actually proved to me that it could be possible. So I think a good manager will support that. And they'll be like, hey, if you could figure out a way to do this by our next one-on-one, then I'm all in.
It puts the ball back in your court. It also gives you the control.
Yeah.
Right? You're saying, hey, I'm going to go do this. I'll bring it back to the next one.
Yep.
You're not letting them make a decision for you at that point.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of negotiation jujitsu. Don't say that. Negotiation jujitsu. See, mine's violent. Everyone loves violence. Universal.
I like the manipulation. The art of the deal.
Yeah, well,
Make sure, right when you bring this to your manager, you immediately stand up and tell them, hey, I'm not sitting down until you agree. Or show up before they're back. And
I'm replacing you with an AI.
Sit in their seat. And then when they show up to the meeting, be like, listen, we're talking about goals.
I'm replacing you with an AI. That's it. I hope you like this last episode with Michael, because he will be replaced.
Listen, you can replace me. I'm an open book. My whole life is written in markdown files.
I'm going to go stream Roller Coaster Tycoon with an AI.
That actually would be really entertaining.
Can we do that? Is that possible?
You actually can.
Can we teach an AI to build a Jurassic Park?
Absolutely. I think so. It can use your computer like a human, but it's a little slow. So I think we'd have to like time lapse it.
Okay. All right.
But it still would be interesting. We should totally do that.
Yeah. Who could build a better park, an AI or you?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be. Ooh. I mean, we already have my experiment.
We have the entire thing.
So we're going to set them up with the same exact goal, the same thing. That would be really interesting.
Who could do it faster?
They would destroy me.
It's going to build just like non-stop toilets because it secretly notices like every time we build a toilet, 10 more people come.
It's going to run up 50 experiments.
So if I build like 100 toilets, then I will get the goal achieved.
But going back to this person's question, like, that is a really good question. And unfortunately, like your manager just might not support you. And like, that's a reality you might have to face of being like, hey, I tried. And you know, I just didn't get the traction I was hoping for, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it totally could happen that way. And that, at that point, you might want to be looking for a different manager or
Right.
looking to do things in your free time to help, you know, excel your career.
It's definitely time to look for a pattern, right? If
Yeah.
that manager is always very negative and resistant to new ideas, goals, things that you're thinking about, probably not a great manager.
Right. I would say also a lot of companies, and I can speak from experience on this, they have generic goals for everybody that don't really make any sense to you. And you're like, I don't really see anything there. Always make sure, even if it's a 0% of your goal, you put in things to help grow your career.
Yes.
Even if it's a 0% and those other goals are 25% and 30% and 50% of your quarter or whatever, still have 0% goals to be like, I am going to challenge myself. Because I think that's how you learn, that's how you grow, is when you put those things in the system, you are then able to, you know, visualize those things with your manager to say, I'm working on these things. I know they're not the main goals, but it's still something I want to do for myself. Then you have an accountability buddy.
Yep.
That's a great one.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what else is there? Did we solve it?
I think we did. I think we solved it. I think the long and the short of it is, if you have a goal in mind or you need to find time to, you know, try something new, look for that trigger. If you've been doing something the same always, if you feel stagnant and you want to go get a certification, if you want to get a degree, if you want to try something new, if you want to see how AI would help with your work, make sure that you notice those triggers in work and then you're like, okay, let me first make sure my manager is on board with whatever I think I can do. And let me frame it in a way where it's benefit first. How would you like to save 10 hours of our team's time every single week? Then go into, this is how I think we could do it. This is our plan. You know, first week, we're going to, you know, adapt this new Rovo tool in Confluence. Second week, we're going to run this marketing case study or whatever through that tool. We're going to analyze the output as a team. And then we're going to see if that saved us time compared to the last time we did it. All those things are super important where you have accountability to the results as well.
Yeah. And I think the one thing we haven't actually talked about in this entire thing is the very beginning. The very, very beginning, before you even have a goal in mind, look for a pain point.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
If you're in the mindset of, hey, how do I make something better? You start with, well, what sucks?
Right.
Like, look around you. I guarantee you something sucks.
Yeah.
And make that your goal is, how do I make this suck less?
Yeah. It's a pleasure that I can say this, and it's a convenience that I have right now. But everything I do, I basically ask myself, how can I do this with AI before I do it?
I'm so grossed
Just because I'm curious.
So grossed out by everything you say.
And like a lot of times, my toe will be, you know, merging between the border and starting to curl down, and I'll say, how can I fix this with AI? And it tells me just to amputate it.
That's right below the knee. I think we know how to fix your...
It says I don't condone violence, and I usually wouldn't recommend this, but in your case, it's severe enough where I think we just take it off.
Exactly.
And then I ask, is there any adverse effects? Yeah, you may lose balance and never be normal again, but you'll get a cool cane as a side effect.
Or, I mean, you get one of those very neat prosthetic legs.
Yeah.
The curved ones, you know, the Blade Runners. Yeah.
I mean, you could 3D print yourself a toe. Imagine all the attachments.
Okay, you are selling me on the attachments point here. I don't know when I would ever use a screwdriver built into my toe, but, you know, never say never.
Well, I think we solved it.
If it's a low molding on the wall that I got to screw back in, I mean, having a toe screwdriver would be helpful. Just
I agree.
Does it have batteries?
I think we'd probably give you like a little remote where you can like reverse or you just pop your toe in it, you kick the kickboard, and then you're like. Zzz, zzz.
Did you ever watch a cartoon show by the name of Inspector Gadget?
Of course.
Why was that man such a buffoon?
Well, what was the catchphrase? Go, go, Inspector Gadget.
No, that's the Power Rangers. It's go, go, Gadget and helicopter hat. And
that's what it was.
And then he'd go crash into a wall.
Yep.
Right? And then Penny and the dog would always show up and actually do all of the work.
Yep.
And get none of the credit.
That's what I want to do.
Was Inspector Gadget just preparing us for the corporate reality that we would face as adults.
Of being a manager.
Hey, a child and a dog are the actual intelligence here. You're facing a faceless enemy that might actually just be a robotic hand tied to a chair. And your boss is a buffoon who has every technology in the world built into his body and will use none of it effectively.
Yep. Will always make a buffoon of himself.
Every single time. But you, Go-Go Gadget, Inspector Gadget is the AI. Inspector Gadget is the AI. The claw,
This is interesting.
the claw is corporate execs everywhere. And Penny and the dog, they're us. They're you and me.
They're the workers.
You can choose who you want to be, but they're us.
I want to be the dog.
Okay, I'll be Penny then. We are the workers who have to get everything done. And then every time we think, oh, we need to use Inspector Gadget for this task, he just makes it harder for us. And the real lesson was kill that guy.
Just kill the AI.
Get rid of him.
If you just cut him,
Just
everything
get
will be
rid of
fine.
Inspector Gadget. Then you can go directly to Dr. Claw and solve the problem yourself.
You know, I think the moral of everything we talked about today is let's get a fax machine.
Let's just go back to the facts. Let's go back to the facts. I think that would really make us all just a little bit happier and the world a brighter place.
I agree. Well, good stuff. Great work.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think we did it again, Anthony.
Michael, every time we show up, progress gets made. A little bit better. The world's a little bit better place. for
One
us.
day we'll stream correctly.
I mean,
We almost got it.
we almost got
We
it.
just had to question once or twice whether we were actually streaming, but now we got it figured out.
It is my lack of confidence that is truly our downfall. To quote, "Your faith in your friends is yours." It's Emperor Palpatine.
Is that who it is?
Anakin Skywalker. Emperor is like, "Your confidence is your downfall." He's like, "Your faith in your friends is yours."
You've been watching too much Star Wars.
I've watched no Star Wars. Never even seen it. Not even familiar with it. What the heck is Star Wars?
You're a Star Trek guy, aren't you?
No.
Makes so much more sense.
I didn't like Star Trek as a kid. Don't like it as an adult, really. The Strange
You're
New
just
Worlds.
offending people today.
I know.
Yeah, you're this aggressive speak.
I'm in pain. I'm out to
Yeah,
bring
you are.
pain.
You are definitely reflecting. your
Hurt people
pain.
hurt people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hurt people do hurt people.
Right. That's the whole thing. And I'm hurting every single Star fan. Doesn't matter what star. All of
Wars, Trek,
them. Space.
space.
Screw space. Hey, did you see Project Hail Mary?
No.
What's wrong with you?
One of these days I will.
You're not going to be able to see it in theaters much longer.
Well, that's okay. That's what I want. I can't go to theaters. I want to, but I just can't.
See, this is what the audio listeners miss out me looking dead down the camera as the soul leaves my body. That's what they really miss. Well, I think that does it. I think that wraps everything up.
Great work.
Nice and neatly.
Now it's time to call it a weekend.
Yeah, you're telling me. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's install the weekend upgrade. I'm going to download some more RAM into my weekend.
Heck yeah.
And I'm a speed run this thing.
Don't speed run your weekend, please. Slow run it.
It's not my choice anymore. Life has decided every weekend is a speed run event now.
Speaking of other things, also, we have been dropping exclusive content on Patreon
Yes, we sure have.
and things that we probably would never talk about on this podcast.
Absolutely never.
So if you want to hear some of that and like the real behind corporate, like that's what we get into.
I mean, I drop things that I wouldn't ever say just to people in general in the last exclusive content. I would never say this to
Yeah, it's
anybody.
true. You really wouldn't.
Except
for me.
If you really want unfiltered Anthony, there's
where
only
you
one
get it.
place to get it. It's on the Patreon. For $1 a month.
That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty cheap. $10 a month means you love us. So
Yeah, we'd like your love. We love love.
you can help us out by going to the Patreon. You can get there by going to the link in your show notes. You can join our community. It's the Discord corporate fam. You can do that by going to the link in your show notes. You can buy a t-shirt, a baby onesie, a sticker,
onesie.
a mug. And the mugs are great. You can do that by going to the link in your show notes.
Yeah. If you're expecting, please buy the baby onesie.
If you are a human, buy the baby onesie. Hey, what if they want to leave a review? What would they do there? How would they do that?
I mean, your podcast provider, you can just hit the little 5 stars. You don't have to say anything. Just put 5 stars.
Put 5 stars.
Well, we do this YouTube thing now, so you got to say like, subscribe.
That's right.
Hit the bell for notification. I feel
Please
so cringy saying
leave
all
a
this.
comment on this video. Just leave a comment that says, I left a comment on this video and all I got was this stupid shirt. Like, doesn't matter what you do.
We should make it your corporate goals. If you're listening to this right now, your corporate goals for this quarter is to leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe.
Join the Discord, buy a baby onesie, Those are your goals.
Well,
if you
maybe
do
not
all
buy-
three of those
we want to
things,
a monetary thing. That'll be Q2.
we don't get paid on any of the onesies sold, by the way.
It's just for your enjoyment.
It's literally a zero profit merch shop that we operate. Yeah, and I mean that's all we got for you.
That's it.
That's it.
It
That's
was a
everything.
blast.
I had a great time, as always. Hey, thanks for joining me, my friend, as we go through this journey every week. Thank you, the listener, for listening, watching, viewing, participating in the chat. We appreciate you. We hope to see and hear from you very soon. You know what to do for all of the things. Until next time, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Michael.
And you're